everyone, my name is Putri Afiania Zahra with student ID number 33310055, and today I will present the result of my syntax project to fulfill the assignment of midterm test. In this project, I have two parts. Okay, let's see in the next slide. Okay, in the first part, I will explain about syntactic constituent. And in the first part, I will explain about the definition of syntactic constituent structure, constituent types, constituency test in syntax, and example. And in the second part, I will show and explain about the result of my analysis syntax. So please enjoy my video, everyone. Okay, start from part one, syntactic constituent. There is a definition of constituent in syntax. So, constituent in syntax is an identifiable support of a sentence. It can either be a single word or a group of words that function as a unit. Constituent can be phrase, morpheme, or clause. But most constituents are called phrases. Constituents typically correspond to strings of words that are bound together in terms of semantics. If one word modifies the meaning of another, they will be linked together in a constituent. When we analyze the syntax of a sentence, we conduct a process called parsing, which involves breaking a sentence down into its constituents. Next, there is constituent structure. The term constituent structure describes the grammatical structure of a sentence and how smaller constituents combine to form larger constituents. Additionally, each sentence will typically contain two main constituents, the subject and the predicate. Subject is often nouns or noun phrase, and predicate is often verb phrase, but it isn't always the case. The same group of words may function as a constituent in one sentence but no in another. Sometimes, syntax is about the relationship between those words and the role they play within the sentence. There are three types constituent types. First one is morpheme. Morphemes are the smallest unit of lexicon. Morpheme can be free or bound. Free morpheme is individual word that cannot be broken down further, and bound morpheme is the affix that attach to them. Easily, free morpheme can stand alone, but bound morpheme cannot stand alone. As bound morpheme cannot stand alone, they cannot be constituent on their own. And then there is a phrase. Phrases are the constituents that contain a group of words that act as a particular word class. Phrases can be categorized into noun phrase, verb phrase, prepositional phrase, adverb phrase, and adjective phrase. And last is clause. Clause is a constituent that contains a subject and a predicate. There are two types of clause, independent and dependent clause. Independent clause can stand alone, while dependent clause must be connected to independent clause to get their meaning. Next, there are constituency tests in syntax. First one is sentence fragment answer. To conduct a sentence fragment test, restructure the sentence to form a question and an answer. Only constituent can be an appropriate answer while maintaining the same meaning. Next, topicalization. The topicalization test involves moving the potential constituent to the beginning of the sentence and seeing if it still makes sense. Then, clefting. Clefting involves placing the constituent within a frame and seeing if it still makes sense. And then, proform substitution. Proform substitution is the first test that involves replacing a group of words with a proform word. Proform word is a word that can take place of another or phrase. If the words can successfully be replaced, they are constituent. And last is coordination. Constituents can be joined to other constituents of the same kind, like noun phrase and a noun phrase, with the use of coordinating conjunction. The coordinating conjunction are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Next, there is an example of syntactic constituent. So, the line in the trees are called branch, and the level placed at the end of the line are called notes. The topmost node on a tree is often called the root node. The bottommost nodes are called leaf or terminal nodes. They are labeled with specific words like the and anger. Jadi di sini ada kalimat the driver should take the Cadillac. Itu dapat kita dapat kita jabarkan menjadi noun phrase dan verb phrase. Nah, sekarang kita menjabarkan yang noun phrase-nya dulu. Noun phrase terdiri dari kata the driver. Dari kalimat the driver. The itu termasuk ke dalam kata determine dan driver termasuk ke dalam kata noun. Nah, untuk kalimat should take the Cadillac, itu termasuk ke dalam verb phrase atau yang bisa disebut predikat. Kata should itu termasuk ke dalam kata verb, lalu kata take itu juga termasuk ke dalam kata verb. The Cadillac itu termasuk ke dalam noun phrase karena terdapat kata the dan Cadillac. The-nya termasuk ke determine dan Cadillac-nya termasuk ke dalam noun. Seperti itu cara membedah kalimat. Oke, next. Part 2, analisis sintaks. Oke. Di nomor pertama ada kalimat Aldi went to cinema last week. Aldi termasuk ke dalam noun karena dia bentuknya cuma satu kata, jadi kita tulisnya hanya noun saja. Sedangkan went to cinema last week tetap termasuk ke dalam verb phrase atau yang disebut dengan predikat. When itu termasuk ke dalam kata verb 2 dari go. Lalu ada kata to, itu termasuk ke dalam kata preposition. Lalu ada kata cinema yang termasuk ke dalam kata noun. Dan terakhir ada kata last week yang termasuk ke dalam adjective phrase. Last-nya itu termasuk ke dalam kata adjective dan week-nya termasuk ke dalam kata noun. Nomor 2, ada the faster runner won a gold medal at the Olympics. The faster runner itu termasuk ke dalam noun phrase, sedangkan won a gold medal at the Olympics termasuk ke dalam verb phrase. Kita bedah yang noun phrase-nya dulu. The faster runner, the termasuk ke dalam kata determine. Faster runner termasuk ke dalam adjective phrase yang kalau dibedah kata faster-nya termasuk ke dalam adjective dan runner-nya termasuk ke dalam kata noun. Sedangkan untuk kalimat won a gold medal at the Olympics, kata won itu termasuk dalam verb, yaitu verb 2. Lalu kata itu termasuk ke dalam determine. Lalu ada kata gold medal, itu termasuk ke dalam noun. Lalu ada kata at, termasuk ke dalam kata preposition. Lalu ada kata the Olympic, yang termasuk ke dalam adjective phrase, karena the-nya termasuk determine, dan Olympic termasuk ke dalam adjective. Nomor 3, the old and big tree swayed in the hurricane. Nah, the old and big tree termasuk ke dalam noun phrase, sedangkan swayed in the hurricane termasuk ke dalam verb phrase. The old and big tree, the-nya termasuk determine, old-nya termasuk verb, and itu termasuk ke dalam conjunction. Lalu big tree, big-nya termasuk ke dalam verb, dan tree-nya termasuk ke dalam noun. Next, kalimat swayed in the hurricane. Swayed-nya termasuk ke dalam verb 2. Lalu ada kata in, itu termasuk ke dalam preposition. That hurricane, itu termasuk noun phrase yang jika dijabarkan, the-nya menjadi determine, termasuk ke dalam determine, dan hurricane termasuk ke dalam noun. Number 4, ada kalimat the youngest sister put the doll in the purse. The youngest sister itu noun phrase. Kita bedah yang noun phrase-nya dulu. The youngest sister, the-nya termasuk determine, youngest sister itu termasuk verb phrase yang jika dijabarkan, youngest termasuk ke dalam kata verb, dan sister termasuk ke dalam kata noun. Lalu ada kalimat put the doll in the purse. Put-nya ini termasuk ke dalam kata verb, the-nya termasuk determine, doll-nya termasuk noun, lalu in-nya termasuk ke dalam preposition, dan the first itu termasuk noun phrase yang jika dijabarkan, the-nya termasuk determine, dan first-nya termasuk noun. Last number, there is the big girl saw Eleazar with a lovable panda recently words. The big girl termasuk ke noun phrase, saw Eleazar with a lovable panda recently termasuk ke dalam verb phrase. The big girl, the-nya termasuk determine, big-nya termasuk verb, dan girl-nya termasuk noun. Sedangkan saw Eleazar with lovable panda recently. Saw-nya itu termasuk ke dalam verb 2, Eleazar termasuk ke dalam noun, with-nya termasuk ke dalam preposition, e-nya termasuk ke dalam determine, lalu ada lovable termasuk ke dalam adjective, dan panda recently termasuk ke dalam adverb phrase yang jika dijabarkan, pandanya termasuk ke dalam noun dan recently termasuk ke dalam adverb. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching my video. Sorry if there are many mistakes, and see you everyone.